are here for the first time, I'm Zoe, and this is Divinity Within Me, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. Okay, you guys. So, how was your 9/9? How is your eclipse? Okay, so the interesting thing is the full lunar eclipse actually wasn't the full moon. I believe that. What, I got dirt on me or what? I believe that the full moon was actually last night, the 9th. So it's been really rainy and cloudy here. I really wanted to show you guys because we're supposed to be in a great place for it. But unfortunately, I was not seeing it, right? Um, Let me see. I'm like attempting to figure out, you guys, how to see this chat. I'm trying to figure out how I can see it because sometimes I see when you guys put messages and sometimes I don't. Um, so, anyways, this eclipse energy was really big. I hope you guys watched the video on practical applications, and I hope that you guys found some powerful or potent things to release. Right now, this wasn't really a time. Right, eclipse energy is kind of crazy, kind of like intense, um, just like this jungle music right now. Um, Kind of intense. And so it's not really a time to be doing like super intense manifestations and stuff, just like visualizations, more like feeling and things like this. But it has been really potent energy and a lot. I know that a lot of people are feeling a lot of ways. Um, so, anyways, yeah, we're coming into this beautiful space of just like this coming together, more unification, more love, more understanding, but also like a type of eradication, right? Of lower energies and frequencies and just things that are no longer um, serving us, right? So that's been a lot of energy and it's been a bit intense, but we're moving through it and I think it's good, right? Hold on, I gotta turn this down. So today I played a little bit of Dress Up. You guys, if you don't follow my other channel, there's like nobody really follows my other channel, but um, sometimes I do fun stuff over there. Um, this is an upcycled piece I made, and beneath it is a nice bamboo cotton. I fear that my volume, look at that, 333. I fear that my volume isn't really the best on that one over there, so let's go, right? The sun is finally out. After 3 days, right? The eclipse, the blood eclipse. Wow, a lot. So a little bit of extra information, but like women, women who bleed with the full moon are really ready to like create new things, right? Transcend. It's a different type of energy that's coming in, like ready, cleansing out. This really, I'm really feeling this full on year of the snake, shedding everything. So cool. This is vintage. So, I pulled some cards, you guys, and first I was using, I believe it's the Crow's Tarot. Okay, the High Priestess wants to come out and say hello. Look at that at 4:44. Um, Necromancer, Seer, right? So, yeah, having the ability to kind of see above all things, okay? So, this is going to be the energy that's crowning the deck, crowning the spread right now. First, I started off with the Crow's Tarot. Now we have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish or desire. The Six of Swords, which is navigate, progress, right? So this is moving. This is normally the ferryman. Four of Wands, stamina, potency, right? This is about things coming together, union, forward movement. The Sun, power or genesis. Okay, so yeah, really gathering all this, the wish, the desire, the progress, the movement, the potency, the power, the genesis. Ten of Coins, treasure or discovery. We found something, okay, found something out, maybe found some other things. Ace of Wands, success and rule, okay. And then the Magician, sorcerer or alchemist. So, well, the High Priestess I actually wanted to be the first card that came out, which is interesting because I already shuffled and did my blessings and my clearings and my prayers, and that's interesting. So what we're learning at this point, right, is that we're the magician, we're the seer, right? And as we're using this Nine of Cups, right? 9 is about the completion. That's like yesterday was the 999. So it's like as we're allowing for some things to come to a close or to complete, right? Like he who like focuses on his past, right? He who dwells in his past surely has no future. Okay? So if we know that, then we know that we have to be aware of things that have happened in the past. We have to take the things, right? Vintage, recycle, whatever. Take the things that are containing potency and bring those forward, right? What is the wish? What is the desire? What is the actual thing, right? Like that's how we get to the completion stage. That's how we move. That's how we navigate our progress forward. That's how we get the stamina. That's how we are able to bring things together. The Four of Wands, that we're able to come into union with ourselves, with others, with the proper things. You see all these full moons, the Sun, power and genesis. So yeah, the happiness, the finally to this point. So the treasure and the discovery. So what is it? The Ace of Wands. So it's this internal, maybe external too, passion, right? This burning inside of us. It's the understanding that we are the High Priestess, right? We are the magician. So we're creating it. Like what our minds are processing and what our perception and our projection, right, is 9/10 of universal law. So what we're putting out there, what we desire, what we wish is still going to come and stay in the field and distort it. So let's say there's something that you're really focused on, like entering your realm or your field. However, you're still entertaining past versions of yourself, past versions of situations, other places, people, whatever. You're going to start kind of distorting the field, right? You need to have the clear wish or desire, right? This energy of this Cancerian energy, right? Like stay focused on where you're flying to, so you don't get too high. Okay, and we had 3 cards that came out to crown the energy. The first was strength, and this is the thought deck. Strength, the 9 of Wands. So for some, this can be like, for other decks, it can mean different. For this deck, it means strength. There's been strength in reaching the completion, the ability to reach the completion. Then we have the Hangman in reverse. So it took strength to be able to get out of this complacent or stagnant place, right? 4, power. The 4 of discs. Now, normally this can be someone that's holding on too much to something, but it's like it takes a certain power. It takes a certain what's the word? Discipline, right? This is the word they're kind of giving me. Like with the strength and the power, it's more about discipline, right? When we really want something, we can put all of our effort, our energy, our love into it, but it takes a certain discipline, right? That we're like, yes, okay, like Like I'm like, okay, it's been a couple days. I need to do the read. Like people are feeling a lot of things, right? But it takes like the actual energy to rest well, to give myself food, to do all of these things in order to actually be ready energetically to be disciplined enough, right? It's a real thing. So now, the next row we have Six of Wands, victory. So what are we going to be victorious of? Our wish, of our desire, happiness, Nine of Cups, right? The progress where we're moving. We're moving from the state of wishing or the state of waiting into the state of victory, into the state of happiness. Yes, this is exactly like everything I need is always coming to me, right? Then we go to the Empress under the Four of Wands, right? So it's like, what are we doing? The stamina, this potency, this union, this coming together, right? It's like what has been in gestation. Look at that at 11:11. What have we been creating, right? What are we gestating, right? The Empress is basically helping to birth the new world, the new idea, whatever, right? Um, and then we have the Two of Cups, love, right? It's finding the balance, and I find this interesting with the lotuses, right? Because the lotuses have to come out of mud. Now this is under the sun, right? Power. Okay, so it's like love is the ultimate power here. Now under the Ten of Coins, the treasure or the discovery, we have the Hermit. So what can this tell us? That the light that we find from within, right? That the light that we find from within is the true treasure or discovery, right? It's finding that internal compass, right? Our intuition, our heart space. Then we get to Ace of Wands, success or rule. We have the Two of Swords, and we come to peace. So this is actually really nice because generally the Two of Swords is about making a decision. Look at that at 12:22. In this particular thing, the decision is to make peace, right? It's to do whatever brings the most amount of peace. That is the decision, right? So if peace is to come out, to share love, to be together, okay. So then we have the Magician, number one, the Sorcerer, the Alchemist, and we have pleasure, the Six of Cups. So this is also past life. This can be soulmate, soul family, different things like this. So now we're getting to this spot, right? Giving and receiving, right? We're creating the pleasure. We're creating the peace. We create whether we are coexisting in peace and pleasure or not, right? It's really, it's a choice, right? And we have to understand that sometimes things that we think are bringing us peace or pleasure are us avoiding, like our own selves being avoidant at 13:33 of actually what we're capable of, what we're worthy of, all of these things. That's what we're blocking, right? We're avoiding that. We're avoiding saying this is what I need, or that I don't like this. This is a boundary, or whatever. So under the Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands, under wish, desire, victory, we have gain, the nine, another nine. Number nine, number nine, number nine. So the Nine of Discs, yeah, this is about, again, wish fulfillment. We've had on this material realm. So it's like about our dreams, our wishes actually materializing. Then we have the Ace of Cups. Look at that. New, now this can be an offering of love. This can be also like when we get, the happiness, right? This is under Six of Swords and happiness, and then the Ace of Cups. So what I see is after we navigate, after we make progress, some of you actually might be moving. This may bring lots of happiness, right? You might be moving, going somewhere, right? Because I see movement here. Someone might be moving in with you. You might be moving in with somebody else, right? This new offering, like this emotional. So this is about the moving towards like emotional well-being, right? Like happiness, like emotionally content, right? Something like this. So that's really beautiful, right? Because it's like, what are we gaining? What are we having victory over? We are below happiness, below the Empress, and then next to that we have the Lovers. Okay. So next to that we have the Lovers. Below the Empress, below the Four of Wands. Okay. So this is about, again, this can be union, this can be marriage, this can be partnership. Um, this can be the fact that we're realizing that we need to love one another. This could be what we're birthing, right? This new emotional state of just being happy with our own things, happy for others, like compersion, right? The ability to have happiness for other people's happiness, right? Not to be like, oh well, but like, okay, you're happy. All right. I didn't. Okay. All right. Right. Compersion. And then this is below happiness and love with the Empress on top, the Ace of Cups on the left. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is rest, rejuvenation. But on this deck, it is truce, right? So, yeah, so it's like we finally made a truce, right? We finally figured it out. We finally realized that everything, all the power and everything the potency comes from love, right? Out of the space of love. Um, and then under the Hermit and the Ten of Coins, we have the Two of Coins, the Two of Discs. So change. So yeah, it's really about finding that balance. It's about each person finding the balance within themselves and then the ability for both people to come together also. And then we have the Serpent, but instead of in a circle, he's in an infinity knot, right? So really, it's this beautiful, it's like that's what we're coming out from. That was the true discovery. It's not just that both exist within ourselves, but how to balance them, right? Because when we balance the masculine and feminine energies, or when we honor the ones that, more of the ones that we need to be honoring, right? It allows the other portion of us to honor to be more in that power that they need to be in, right? In order to get their things done or need to, approach or whatever. It's a thing. So then under the Ace of Wands and Peace, and next to change, we have the High Priestess. Again, second time coming out. So this is about like making peace with the fact that we know there's this, this new thing, this new passion, this new rule, right? That there's gonna be things that come up for us, right? That we're going to indefinitely know how it feels, right? For this to be Ace of Wands and then Peace with the Two of Swords, and then the Empress at the bottom. What this tells me, it's really about checking in with ourselves, right? Knowing that the decision is coming from this internal burning, right? This internal passion, this intuition, right? Our heart and our intuition. Like a good practice that I do all the time is I hold my hand on my heart and I ask my heart, right? Sometimes a couple times or a few times, just to make sure, like, is this? And so that's what we're coming into. We're coming into the realization that the divinity is within thee, right? It's within each of us. We have the capacity to tap into it. And then we have the universe. Number 21, you guys, this is my tattoo, you guys. The Guardians, you guys, this is like the universe has got your back. So it's like you want your life to be more pleasurable. Know that you're the magician. Know that what your thoughts really are creating everything. Look at, we have the serpent here again, creating the infinity knot. Why do I feel like this is there? Creating the infinity knot. We got the four guardians here: Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. Right? Number 21. So it's three. It's about how we're also manifesting. And it's not just the ending and the beginning of a cycle, right? This can be like how we're really the whole universe, right? We're the universe, right? What are you manifesting and outputting and creating, right? Because we're all interconnected. So don't be too judgmental, but also know when it's time, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, you know? Excuse me, yeah, that's definite energy coming up. But yeah, know when enough is enough, and when you get your payout. Look at that. 10 of Cups, blend, meld. So yeah, this is full emotional contentment, right? So no, like when you have what you need, like, are you still seeking exterior validation, attention, justification? Are you just doing it because it makes you happy? Are you doing it because there's expectation? What are you doing? The Two of Cups again, partner nexus. So yeah, it's about, we get to this, and then we have the King of Cups, you guys. King of Cups, diviner sage. Okay, again with the eagle. So it's like this whole thing is coming in. Seven of Cups, wanting a chance. Okay, Four of Cups, and this deck is interesting. Opportunity for change, right? Not a missed opportunity, but an opportunity for change. So there's a lot of emotions, right, stirring around because we have this Piscean full moon. Look at that, 22 and 22. Um, and then we have the case. It says it wants me to show this. The King of Coins, dedicated, adamant. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, right? This can be speaking. Obviously, there's a lot of love happening here. So this is someone, um, one person. Like, remember, there's no gender in the tarot, but one person obviously um, still wondering if they have a chance, right? If they miss an opportunity, um, they want to say that they're dedicated or adamant, right? Um, but they want to keep it kind of like on the low. Interesting. Um, like secret, weird. Two of Coins, cryptic, mysterious. So it's about, they're not sure, right? They're not sure. There's still a little bit of confusion. And so what I can say with this coming through right now, um, the Lovers, twin soul, reverence, okay? So the snake is the Kundalini, right? So what I can say is, the Lovers, the Chariot, entity channel, okay? Temperance, chemistry, fusion. So it's like when we have our chemistry, when we have our frequency right? When we're hyper focused on this other person or this other thing not being there, right? Missing out on the self love, on the availability, missing out on a person. When we're hyper focused on that, then what the universe is giving us more of is the lack, right? It's about changing the whole mentality of everything. And so what we do is instead we focus on the love, right? The reverence between, that exists between, that feeling, right? We visualize and we feel into it, right? This is not, like I said, not really the time to manifest. There's a crazy energy, eclipse energy. It's not really time to be doing magic. Just releasing and relaxing, resetting. Let the planets do everything. Do not try to do on a thing, not the time. Um, Seven, the Chariot, entity, channel. Yeah. So it's like we're here as the messengers. We're here to understand, right, how we how we can deliver the message or whatever, right? Temperance, chemistry, and fusion. So it's like we fuse together, we blend. What was the other one over here? Blend or something like this, right? Um, yeah, and this is definitely somebody like a past soulmate, soul family, something like this. Um, Something that's reminiscent of the past. Now, don't stay too don't stay too stuck in the past. Know that a lot of the people and things that are here while we incarnate are people that we've had many lifetimes with. So we have like multiple soulmates and karmics and different things like this that we experience. Now, um, something interesting that I was experiencing was actually like that there's, this is a newer thing that I realized. So for the Twin Flame Collective, there's a very interesting thing where there is actually two, the capacity to have two, right? So let's say you've been on a long twin flame journey and this one is not really ready to fulfill the mission. Now, since we had like the fifth wave or whatever is like a newer wave of the twin flames that come in to enter. So some of them will actually come in and be ready to enter as secondary twins, right? Um, in order to help achieve the collective like love consciousness, right? For that collective while we're doing this ascension process. So, yeah, they'll just kind of come out of nowhere, the hermit. And so it's very interesting for a lot of the people that still have missions that were supposed to be fulfilled that weren't fulfilled. So it was really interesting to me to get that download. King of Wands, disciplined, devoted. So yeah, and this is the energy. So and this is something that you guys really need to see, right? For the twin, on a separate note, for whoever else, for the twin flame collective. Now, it's really important that each energy, yeah, Ace of Coins, arising. So the wealth is coming from within, but this also comes by taking physical action. And what has to actually happen is, yeah, Two of Swords, symmetry, poise, is the masculine actually has to do it. The feminine has to remain in as much feminine energy, right, in this space in order to allow to balance, right? Don't chase, attract, be soft, be gentle. You know, this is something really interesting that I've just been allowing as I'm having my cycles and phases and all of this crazy eclipse, total eclipse, and just releasing everything, right? Releasing anything like of the previous past, yeah, secret or enigma, the the Page of Wands. But this is inspired, passionate action, right? It's action, Page of Cups, unearthly, mystical. So yeah, the pages they are messengers, right? So there is, you know, maybe I'm the messenger coming to bring the message. Ace of Cups. Rapture and ecstasy. So yeah, there's a lot of aces there. So it's like when we get to this point where we can say, okay, right? Okay, this might be my undoing, but it might be like the beginning, right? I think there is fear in, um, yeah, the Knight of Coins, upside down. Yeah, this is like definitely what's slowing the process is like this internal fear of just our imaginations running away with us, right? Like So what I can suggest to you guys, yeah, stay out of the moon energy, stay out of the lunacy and the delusion, um, but keep yourself like kind of anchored into the things that feel good, right? So something I had to realize, right? I can let go of whatever, but if there's something also that is still, um, I'm not staying stuck, but if there's something that is inspiring, right, from a person, a place, or a situation that allows us to create or tap into that, then, make space for that um, when it wants to make space for you. That's kind of my vibe on it. So, but not be so attached, right? Detachment, detachment. The Hierophant Sage or Mentor. So I'm going to go out on this one. So now is a great time for us to really tap in, right? We're in the middle of spiritual warfare, and the reality is the more that we can connect with like-minded people, the better we will be. The more we can authentically express ourselves and share our knowledge by being our authentic selves. I think the better it will be for the collective, right? We're gonna collectively help the victory, the happiness, the love, the light that comes from within, right? This gain, this wish, the desire, the progress, the movement, all of it, right? We're co-creating this reality, so let's keep it let's keep it something beautiful and loving, right? Love wins. As always, infinite blessings, love, and light. Ciao for meow.